I'm live though. This is very cool. I'm using my phone today. I got my little microphone. I hope you hear me well. Um, yeah, it should be switched on. Yeah, I see a green light. So we on. Um, let's see if somebody joins in to entertain the Premier League conversation. I do it like this. See if I can. So I should keep the phone like this. I don't think that's sustainable. You know what? Let's do this. Much better, I say. Manage to sit down. Manage to do this. You see my background as well. You see my about my dogs. What's going on, guys? I know. Wait a second. You can tell I'm new. So what's happening? I've been doing a couple of shorts. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But who am I talking to? Let's go straight to business. I talk to myself. It's not a problem. I don't have a problem with that. Make sure this thing doesn't fall. Oh, here it is. Make sure I'm good. What's going on here? Should be good. Good enough. So, top 5 managers of the year in the Premier League. Not messing around. Real fact. Let's go. I do believe that the current best manager of the year is going to either be the former winner, so in case will be Slot, and the guy that is on top of the league. That's got to be the argument, right? That's got to be the argument. But the question is how do I see if somebody messaged me? How do I see that? Anyway, it doesn't matter. But in my opinion, it's got to be Mikel Arteta this year because he's not only on top of the league right now with this beautiful Arsenal team, but the way he's doing it, the fashion in which he's doing it, is spectacular. He he reintroduced free kicks. They score a lot of free kicks. They sort of reintroduce also this kind of long balls. They play a lot with these odd balls in the penalty area, either from a corner, from a free kick, from anywhere. Just throw the ball in there. They create chaos, and it's working out for them. At the same time, they've been training very hard, I imagine, because they're not conceding goals. So for me, based on this, I have to give it to Mikel Arteta. I think it's, if I do like this, you see my dogs in the background. Look at this. How do I reply? Buonasera. Buonasera. But how do I'm on the phone, you know what I'm saying? How do I? Anyway, buonasera. But I guess I reply like this. Am I needed? Anyway, she is Martha. I'm sure you're wondering that. She is Martha. Beautiful specimen of a border collie. She comes from the UK. When I moved back, tell me if you're interested. If you're not, we go back to the football. But when I moved back, I got her in the UK. Perché non studio inglese? I was saying she's Martha. She's a border collie. She comes from the UK, and I got her from some sort of farm in Kent, and it is Dali, the handsome one, and he's a Bracco Italiano. We got her. We got him here. Bracco Italiano is like you don't translate it. That's the actual breed of the dog, but you would translate it in a Italian pointer. It's a sort of pointer. So yeah, these are my two bodyguards right here. My protectors. It's also, I didn't put them there, I didn't think that was gonna happen. But hey, let's talk business. Business. Mikel Arteta going back to the Premier League. Mikel Arteta number one for sure. It's gotta be that. I can't, you got to. You have got to. I'm open to debate. Second is I do believe is Unai Emery with Aston Villa. Spanish. No, I'm from Italy, mate. But close enough, Close enough. Not too far off. Nice to meet you. Are you interested in this Premier League talk? Or I shouldn't bother with I don't know how to act. This is my first time, but it's I think I'll do it again. So Mikel Arteta number one, and I'm not an Arsenal fan in any way, shape, or form. I'm a Chelsea fan, and I don't play with it. Okay. Second one, you gotta give it to Unai Emery with Aston Villa, bro. You got to. What are they? Fourth, fifth? They are there. Obviously, if you think at the top clubs in the Premier League in the recent era, you would have to mention Man United, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham. That's fine. Who am I forgetting big? But these are like the top five usually. Did I say Liverpool? Yeah. Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool. Is that right? I'm tripping. Anyway, so when you see Aston Villa in fourth place, obviously they don't have the budget the others have, right? Thinking what they're doing, they're beating teams. They had an unbeaten run. I mean, they've been spectacular, bro. They've been very good to see, to watch. It's a good watch. You know what I'm saying? They're not just winning, winning. They're winning good. So for that, number two, Unai Emery, who also is a gangster, bro. He's a gangster. I had like 30 followers. Now I got one. But I guess this thing keeps moving around. So it doesn't really matter, right? Doesn't really matter. Where's the one? Dali's still there? Okay. So number two, Unai Emery with Aston Villa, no doubt. And if I'm honest with you, now we start having problems with the other three because Slot is not having the greatest season, is it? Pep Guardiola is not at all. I do believe it's the end of Guardiola. Actually, I can already put him in a fifth position. Maybe that helped me. Um, I put Guardiola in fifth place for sure at the minute. They've been terrible, though. I watched them sometime and I did not enjoy them at all. And Pep is done, bro. He's tired, my friend. Napoleon fell. Alexander the Great fell. They all died. They all finished. They ended their prime. You're gonna end your prime somehow and some days. And I do believe it got found out. I think now everybody knows pretty much the way you play a Man City team. It was good. I had three. Welcome back to or welcome to the show. Yeah, bro. I'll just wait for somebody else to pop in. In the meantime, let's chill out. Let's just chill out. Let me mess up with this thing. Q&A. Paul, ask a question. Can I put yes myself? No. So yeah, yeah, I do believe Guardiola is finished. He's finished. It's bad to say he's finished. It's a really bad way to express the thought. His prime is over. How you want to say it? I do think is yeah, he doesn't have answers, guys. He's tired. I do think. Look at it from this way. I try to put myself in his shoes. Spanish from Barcelona. So a Mediterranean guy, right? You can say a Mediterranean guy, okay? Pep Guardiola moves to Manchester and stays there for 9 years. 9 years in Manchester. I'm not saying nothing bad against the city, but it's just rough for a Spanish kid to move to cold, humid, rainy, sort of a very city-looking place in the north of England, where I'm sure when he first moved, couldn't really understand. I'm sure about that. So I'm sure it wasn't easy to move there and to stay there. 9 years is a long time for any manager. Long time with that kind of pressure. I don't know how many Premier Leagues he won, so he did a great job. But I start to believe that he's tired, man. He can't take it anymore. This is a very high-paced environment, and I watch press conference. I try to understand the man, from what he says, what he doesn't say. And to me, lately, he's not sounding the way he used to sound. He used to sound a bit more flamboyant, a little bit arrogant, if you want. Um, Yeah, it's not. Now he's talking about injuries, about the referee, about the VAR. You see, starting to pick in excuses. In the meantime, the club, which is, I think, the best run club in England, for at least the past 10 years, it's the best run club, Manchester City. They back the manager. The manager is the face of the club, is the face of the company. Guardiola is always backed. They just bought two players. Am I wrong? They just bought two new players. That is not the problem. You know, the recruitment is not an issue. The money is not a problem. Nothing is really a problem. You know, it's him. I do think it's him that it's just burnt out, bro. What's wrong with it? After 9 years, you can be burnt out. I don't understand the drama. I think this is his last year, 100%. I mean, let me ask, can I start another one? I have to start another one. No, let me continue with this one. Yes, hopefully somebody will let me know if they think if Guardiola is finished. Yes, it is. 100% it is. I'm open to discussion, chat, and I'll answer and we'll entertain it. Hopefully, I catch some Manchester City fans. This is the thing about Manchester City. They always got me thinking a little bit, yeah. And I can argue this. They don't really have a massive fan base, do they? Compared to Manchester United all over the world, you know. Mm, Arsenal. I lived in that area. I lived in not in that area, but to go to work and to hang out, I will have to go through the Finsbury Park area, the Manor House area. That where Finsbury Park starts, really, in London, and that is full of pubs. A very obviously local area. If you live in London, you know, how packed it gets is incredible. It gets packed in a way, and the same for Tottenham. I mean, they have a massive fan base. Arsenal, massive. Tottenham, huge fan base. West Ham, also, small, not necessarily clubs that win the thing or they are in a run to win. Talking about just fan base, you know. I can think about a lot of much smaller clubs with a bigger fan base than Man City. I don't see Man City as as I see Man United, as I see AC Milan, as I see, this Barcelona, Real Madrid, obviously. I don't see it like that. They don't have a fan base like that. I tell you this, I worked in London in the city center and I paid attention to this thing because I've always been a massive fan of football. You rarely see a Manchester City jersey. Obviously, you see a tons of Arsenal and Tottenham jerseys. You don't see a lot of Chelsea jerseys. You see them, but not as many. Um, you see a lot of Man United. A lot of because I mean, the Man United jersey is cool. I mean, it's always been very cool. What I'm saying is, Man City don't really have, in my opinion, this big fan base. Oh, I got you, bro. I got you, bro. Yes, my man. Yes, my man. Yes. I'll be honest, I thought it was gonna show up with scratches in his head. I thought it was, but they must thought, it's not nice to play to have fun, to make fun out of those things, but it must be stressing out, mate. It must be stressing out. I gotta know. Oh no, are you a Man City fan? You gotta be a Man City fan. You can't say that Guardiola is not finished if you're not either a Man City or Pep Guardiola fan. Because I think there are more. I'll tell you this. This is true to me. I mean, this is what I believe, perhaps. I do think in the superstar, doesn't matter what player Man City buys, okay? The superstar of Man City is Pep Guardiola. Guardiola is the most famous person in that building. Man City is the star of Pep Guardiola is the star at Man City. It's not the manager. He's the superstar of the club. He's the real deal at the club. Because that's why we want it. First of all, he likes it like that because he has this sort of. I work with Spanish people. I can see that. I can sort of. I know the style. They're sort of like very dictatorial, very demanding, very respect demanding. They demand a lot of respect, and you got to do what they tell them, what they tell you to do. And Guardiola's like that, you know. It doesn't mess around. Do you know what I mean, Guardiola? So it's finished, mate. I think the argument can be over. I don't have any more thing to say in regards. So let's go with another poll. Q&A. What's this Q&A thing? Do another poll, mate. Poll. Replace. What can we talk about right now? Manchester United. Are Man United all right. All right. Yeah, it makes sense, right? Is Man United in top four round? No. No. No, no. They're not. I don't know what Man United are thinking. I'm confused with Man United. I think, do you know what I mean? It happened so quickly with Manchester United. I'm talking, obviously, I'm talking about the Amorim sacking. It happened so quick, you know. It happened so quick, and after an interview, I thought they were backing him. If I'm honest, I wasn't too much into the guy. I felt they lacked a real identity. You know, you never knew what was going to happen. They may win 2-0, lose 3-0. You never know. Like every game was, we'll see. We'll figure it out. You know, you never had a feeling of some sort of consistency kicking in with Manchester United and the Amorim. But at the same time, he came in January. He did the off season, and then he did another off season, and then he got sacked. It was a little bit like, what was the point of it then? You know, it's weird. It's weird, but you don't know what happened behind the scene. What people, if people snaps behind the scene, how you gonna know? But Man United is not in the top four run in any way, shape, or form. I hope. I mean, look, I started watching Man United um, since Mourinho trained them, was the manager. I'm tired, guys. I can't speak when I'm tired, so I'll make this not too long. I appreciate all the people that showed up to the live, even for a little bit. It's good, It's good. It's good. These are my two dogs, my soldiers. They never let me down. Um, and yeah, I started the thing with the top five managers. I didn't finish it. I got stuck with Pep. I was number one Arteta, number two Unai Emery, third place. Uh, third place. You got to give it a belief to the Crystal Palace manager. Can't think. I'm not good with names, bro. Don't ask me name, but you know what I'm talking about. The Crystal Palace manager. You got to put him in there, and the rest. Obviously, So I think we go with that top four without the fifth, unless anybody's gonna mention somebody. Hello, I am Italian too. Malacarne. Nice to meet you. So for me, it's a top four. It's not a top five, all right? Because there's not even a fifth. There's not even a fifth. Did I put Slot in there? I don't. How are you gonna put Slot fifth in? Like, it's not a good season. Um, I think he got found out too in a similar way to Pep Guardiola. He got found out, and this season everything happens so quick. These long balls, these corners, these free kicks. The game changed so quick, and they didn't know what to do. I think Arne Slot just wasn't expecting it. His team was a bit flat-footed. They sold a couple of top players. That is when that you see is never happened at Man City. It will never happen in Man City. That's why I say Man City is the best run club in England by far. And it has been like that for years. I cannot say the same for Man United. I think Man United they have been terrible. I, do you know that sometimes I feel like they don't want to succeed? I'm gonna be real with you. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I think maybe they are more popular if with the struggle and because over the narrative. That's when you can't explain what you see, and you start going conspiratorial on people. You start all these conspiracy theories. Obviously, I'm joking, but now I think they're back to square one. Obviously, it's a better season than last year. I mean, it didn't take too much. I don't think that was too difficult. So I don't get no answers. I'll have to change the poll because I get tired quickly. Let's change the topic. Uh, how do hang on, guys. I'm changing the poll. Just want to talk about Tottenham. This is too strong, but I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Very, very aggressive. Very aggressive. But that's how I like it. You see? I don't know why they think. Anyway, it's not a problem. Okay. So I have a lot of friends that support Tottenham. I have quite a few friends that support Tottenham. So I don't feel too comfortable saying they are a joke. But they are, bro. They are. They are. They change managers every year. The guy left, Levy. What was the name of the guy who was the problem at Tottenham? The big boss that left, Levi, whatever you called him. He left. It's gone. So it's not him to blame. So there's not him anymore to blame. So who we gonna blame now? Who we gonna blame now at Tottenham? Where are they? 15th. I think they drew today. And but there look, yeah, there have to be something. There's got to be a reason for Tottenham. Not, I mean, don't mention the Europa League to me. Don't do that to me, because that doesn't justify 17th or 16th on the table for a club like Tottenham, one of the richest club in Europe. Tottenham is top 5 richest club in Europe. Tottenham's got money, bro. The fan base of Tottenham is huge. Tottenham, they do how many thousands they do a week? They do 80,000 a week. The Tottenham fan base is massive. They have a brand new stadium. They play American football in there. Singers go in there, Beyonce, the Oasis, superstars play in there. Everything is there. Everything is ready to succeed at Tottenham. But then they're 15 from the table. Yeah, they are 15 from the table. I have a beautiful stadium. 15 from the table. Top manager, 15 from the table. Top players, 15 from the table. And Levy leaves, nothing changes. What is the problem? We got to figure out the problem to solve it. You can't solve a problem you haven't figured out yet. And I can't figure out what the problem is at Tottenham. So yes, Tottenham are a joke. With all due respect, Tottenham are a flipping joke. And it is what it is. Somebody's got to be, you know. So I'm going to change the poll again. Interesting. Is Arsenal? Hang on. Then we say bye, guys, because I'm tired. Is Arsenal winning this thing? Yes, it is. Arsenal is winning this thing. Fact. Arsenal. Look, if I have a regret, I lived 20 minutes away from the stadium, from the Arsenal stadium, and I never went because I'm a Chelsea fan. I don't care. But now looking back, I don't live there no more, and I could have gone. So that's a miss for sure. But I used to work weekends, so it's not really. I can't blame myself too much for that. So, guys, this was a good. I had a decent interaction. I'm happy. This was a decent interaction. Guys, I gotta go. It was a pleasure. Arsenal, it is Arsenal winning this thing this season. I'm very happy for them. They are a tremendous team, tremendous manager, club very well run. They stuck to the man, and now they're making it happen. So hats off, beautiful work. Um, they might do this 2 years in a row. They might do this next year too. I think the team is young. The team is very young. Um, so I see this team getting better in 2 3 years time. So I see this Arsenal team, if they break this barrier, this psychological barrier, and they win something, it's not something, bro. They have to win the Premier League. So Arsenal's win this thing, and with this, I'll say bye, and I'm out of here. How do I end this thing, guys? I'll speak to you soon. Check my description. Love you. Like and subscribe if you can. Peace out.